have sailed this sea of dreams forever. Una familia del corazón, brother and sister together, believing in that promise set in stone. The Lady of Liberty still calls us, lifts her lamp beside the golden door. Send to me your hallowed masses, give to me your tired, your poor. And so we've come to build a nation, forged by many hands through many years, with justice as a firm foundation, and compassion to rescue us from fear. And who among us is not thankful? Would not choose to share what we've been given free? Who among us would refuse? No, sir, remember we are family. No, sir, we are never alone. No, sir, remember we were meant to be una familia del corazón, una familia del corazón. And though the darkness closes round us, storm clouds drive us from our home, the light of love still surrounds us. Las familias del corazón. Remember we have been created to be a family of the heart. No, sir,
Good evening, everyone. I'm Tim Severin, Director of Sustainability and Social Mission here at the chapel, and I'm happy to welcome you all back for another night of incredible performances. Bellarmine's very happy to be hosting this concert because we're committed to standing with migrants and refugees, to building bridges, not walls, and to welcoming all with love. As you heard last night, your donations will go to serve 4 incredible migrant and refugee-serving organizations. It's the Keno Border Initiative, Casa de Paz, Catholic Charities Southwestern Ohio, and Jesuit Refugee Services. We hope you enjoy tonight's performances and hope you'll join us in sharing the journey with our migrant brothers and sisters. Before we jump into the music, there are several ways to donate. If you're watching online, you can find the donation link on the Bellarmine website where it says support, or at shareinthehope.com. If you're here with us in person, there is a QR code on the back of your program. There's also a box in the narthex where we can take cash and checks, and I'll have a credit card reader after the performance if you want to give in that way. While you're in the back, also be sure to check out that Fleeing, Waiting, Hoping exhibit organized by some of our Xavier faculty after a research visit to Keno Border Initiative. And some of our artists will be selling merchandise as well back there. And there will be cookie and cider, so stick around. With that, though, I invite you to just join me in an opening prayer. If you just close your eyes, take a breath, and know that you're loved. God of our wandering ancestors, long have we known that your heart is with the refugee, that you were born into time in a family of refugees, fleeing violence in their homeland, who then gathered up their hungry child and fled into alien country. Their cry, your cry, resounds through the ages. Will you let me in? Give us hearts that break open when our brothers and sisters turn to us with that same cry. Then surely all these things will follow. Ears will no longer turn deaf to their voices. Eyes will see a moment for grace instead of a threat. Tongues will not be silenced, but will instead advocate. And hands will reach out, working for peace in their homeland, working for justice in the lands where they seek safe haven. God, protect all refugees in their travels. May they find a friend in me, and so make me worthy of the refuge I have found in you. Amen. I'm happy to introduce our MC for the evening, a folk singer and host of the nationally syndicated show Wood Songs, Michael Jonathan. Thank you for being with us.
There's a Slavic saying 200 years ago that went, if everybody in the whole world simply took care of their own homes, you wouldn't have to worry about the world anymore. It seems like the whole world is full of refugees right now. And never before in the history of this country have we needed the spirit of America's front porch, the idea of home and community, neighbors. There's no man-made border that prevents human kindness. And that's what this benefit is about tonight. Winter skies and evening songs, everything is beautiful and nothing is wrong, but I know it's just the blues tonight. Midnight comes on my windowsill, my baby's gone and I'm lonesome still. I know it's just the blues tonight. I hear a moan of a midnight train. Can I catch that dream holding you again? So I say a prayer and nobody's there. That's all right. It's just the blues tonight. I hear a moan of a midnight train. Can I catch that dream holding you again? I say a prayer and nobody's there. That's all right. It's just the blues tonight. That's all right now. It's just the blues tonight. Part of our neighbors and the idea of helping each other. You know, recently there were these big floods in Appalachia. I'm inviting a friend of mine up here to sing this next song with me as I perform through a head cold and flying high on Sudafed and massive doses of non-drowsy NyQuil. But recently there was a bunch of floods in the Appalachian Mountains, and these are sincere, beautiful, wonderful, hardworking, very creative, very musical and artistic people that have gotten a really bad rap on the part of the media and movies. These are not hillbilly inbred meth head people. These are good, honest, hardworking people of Appalachia in one of the most romantic yet misunderstood parts of our country. It's part of the whole refugee, migrant, immigrant imagery, but it's happening right here in our backyard. And Wood Songs is dedicated to collecting about 1,000 instruments to restore the music of the front porches of Appalachia. And we're going to distribute these instruments on October 29th. But the idea of volunteer spirit and donating, that's what we want you to do to this cause tonight. And this is a song that I learned while living in a little hamlet called Mousy, Kentucky. Mousy is two mountains away from Minnie, Kentucky. And my little cabin was 7/10 of a mile from Booger Branch. So it gives you an idea what that little community was like in the Appalachian Mountains. I remember the year when my granddaddy died, gonna rise again. And we dug his grave on a mountainside, gonna rise again. I was too young to understand the way he felt all about the land. I could read his history in his hand. He said, gonna rise again. And there's corn in the crib and apples in the bin,
gonna rise again.
Hay in the loft, cotton in the gin, now gonna
rise again.
There's ham in the smokehouse, hogs in the trough. You know he never had a lot, but he worked like a mule for the little that he got. He said, gonna rise again. Let's play a little now. storm is sitting on a ridge above this farm now gone. Gonna rise again. Like a tree that grows from the mountain ground now gone. Gonna rise again. You're like a tree that grows from the mountain ground when the storms of life come and cut you down. But the new wood springs from the roots underground gone. Gonna rise again. I said the new wood springs from the roots underground. Gone. Gonna rise again. Let's listen to Lisa play that one more time. Here we go. Same thing. So it's my, thank you. So it's my pleasure to introduce not only a wonderful singer, a blues artist, one of America's finest, also a very good friend of mine. She is a musical entrepreneur. She's a songwriter. She's an interpreter of great songs, as you're about to hear. She's got one of the finest blues voices in American music, and it's an honor to introduce her. Please welcome Lisa Bialis.
Thank you very much. I'd like to start out with a little tune I wrote. It's in a little homage to the sort of the 30s fingerstyle music and the songs that were going on at that time that were a little naughty and bawdy. This one's called Peaches. Have you ever seen peaches grow on a sweet potato vine? Come on over to my backyard, I'll show you mine. You don't like my peaches? Well, baby, don't you shake my tree. You don't like my peaches now, honey, let my peaches be. And if you don't like the cooking, there ain't no use in hanging around, 'cause I can make a souffle better any woman in town. My after dinner candles burning and the lights real low. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We'll eat a little chocolate and we'll make a little jelly roll. You said you loved me, you told my daddy too. If you don't love me, I say we're through. You don't miss your water till the well runs dry. You won't miss my kissing now, honey, till I say goodbye. I know you're a viper, honey, that's all right by me. Just stay away from drinking and I'll show you my backdoor key. And if you hear me talking in my sleep, baby, don't you cry, my. Just wake me up gently and I'll give you a buggy ride. Have you ever seen peaches grow on a sweet potato vine? Come on over to my backyard, I'll show you mine. You don't like my peaches? Well, baby, don't you shake my tree. You don't like my peaches now, honey, let my peaches be. You don't like my peaches now, honey, let my peaches be. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to have Frank on piano and Bobby on guitar join me for this one.
Music. There we go.
Hold me close and hold me fast. This magic spell you cast. This is La Vie en Rose. When you kiss me, heaven sighs, and though I close my eyes, I see La Vie en Rose. When you press me to your heart, I'm in a world apart. World where roses bloom, and when you speak, angels sing from above. Everyday words seem to turn into love songs. Give your heart and soul to me, and life will always be La Vie en Rose. Thank you. I'm going to have the rest of the band come up and join me for this Bob Dylan song. They say every man can be replaced. They say every distance is not near. But I remember every face of every man who put me here. I see my light come shining from the west down to the east. can see my reflection somewhere so high upon the wall. I see my light come shining from the west down to the east. Any day now, any day now, I shall be relieved. Standing next to me in this lonely, lonely crowd is a man who swears he's not to blame. And all night long I hear him crying so loud, calling out that he was framed. I see my light come shining from the west down to the east. Any day now, any day now, I shall be relieved. Any day now, any day now, I shall be released. Thank you, and I'm going to end my set with the Curtis Mayfield tune. Thank you very much, and thank you, Bobby, for organizing us all and getting us all together.
Oh, thank you for singing and playing.
My pleasure. Okay, if I don't play on this?
It's okay.
Sure,
Is it okay if I play on?
okay. Yeah, please. People get ready, there's a train a-coming. You don't need no baggage, you just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesel humming. Don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord. Ooh.
Lisa Bialis, give it for her. So, we're raising money for a very good cause. It's called Share the Journey, and the next artist that's up, I don't know what to say about him. He's a visionary. He's a songwriter. He is a producer. He's producing tonight's event. The best way I can describe him, he's got a new album coming out. The best way I could describe him is if Chet Atkins dated Jerry Reed and had a threesome with Tommy Mottola.
Wow.
Somebody would have given birth to this guy. Please welcome Bobby Fischer.
Wow, how do I live up to that intro? No pressure. So, I've been thinking, a lot about this, and just this past June, my wife and I celebrated an anniversary, and she's not the easiest person to buy presents for, but this particular present just happened to fall into my lap, and I got her this book. It's called Wayfaring Strangers, The Musical Voyage from Scotland and Ulster to Appalachia. And I just found it very interesting, when Michael was talking about the people and the heritage and the music of Appalachia. And what this book talks about is the emigration from Scotland to Ulster, to America, and eventually the folks moved down into Appalachia, and they carried a lot of the songs and the music with them. But what has struck me in reading their story is the struggles, that many of them who came from Ireland, immigrated here during the potato famine, and I didn't realize this, but 1 million Irish people died during that famine, which lasted about 4 years. And the perils that these folks faced to come here on the ships, a lot of them didn't survive. So it got me to thinking, too, about refugees. And so I just happened to be reading this. This was from an interview with Cara Dillon, a Northern Irish singer, interview with Fiona Ritchie, the author of this book, in 2006. But what she says, I'll just read a little bit of this. The plight of the refugee is a plight that never goes away. With each year that passes, we are focusing on different parts of the world and displaced people experiencing problems. She goes on to say, I think it's in the blood. It runs through your veins. It makes up the essence of who you are. So we have to accept that when there's so much loss and so much hardship in the country, there's going to be a certain element of magic in a voice that's putting out stories and songs. And it's running through the veins of the people and the land. So I got to thinking that we are a nation of immigrants, and our ancestors themselves, many of them were refugees. I got to thinking and remembering my grandparents, both my paternal and my maternal grandfathers were refugees who came here as stowaways on cargo ships, fleeing from, I kept hearing the stories when I was a kid about this place called Minsk, and it just has come to light that Minsk is in Belarus. And so they were fleeing, they were all Jewish, and young Jewish boys, they were like 12 years old, were being conscripted into the Polish-Russian army to fight on the front lines and likely not survive. So their parents paid their way to get a passage as stowaways on the cargo ship. And so I just wanted to use this next song. It's called The Last Time I Saw Home. And just thinking of folks, who have been forced for various reasons, whether it be violence, fleeing from gang violence, fleeing from war in Ukraine, and leaving the homes that they've grown up with, homes that they love. So I play this song. I invite us just to take this time to think about the folks that we're serving in this cause tonight, but also to remember those who have gone before us, our ancestors, who gave up a lot in order to come here so that we could have lives that we are enjoying this day. So just take a time to remember. It's just called The Last Time I Saw Home. So Michael said I've got a new album coming out, which is sort of true. It's actually it's an old album that's being re-released worldwide. We just signed a deal to re-release Ancient and Unending for worldwide digital distribution. And that song is from that album. It's Fisher and Ronstadt, Michael Ronstadt and I. The song is written by a good friend of mine and more or less a mentor as well, John Pell. Some of you, if you're familiar with Dolly Parton, he was her guitar player on her show. And John and I actually, after not just several years, but several decades, we just reconnected earlier this week. I gave him a call because one of our featured artists who was supposed to perform tonight, Chris Wilkie, the lute player, injured his wrist and couldn't make it. And I thought, oh, just on a whim, I'll give John a call, see if he wants to drive up from Nashville in 3 days and come and do a 20-minute set and not get paid. But well, he said he would have done it had he not had another gig. So it was good to reconnect with John. So anyway, we're re-releasing the record. We're adding two new tracks, two previously unreleased tracks to it. One called Heaven's Sevenths, which is a song I wrote. And I named it that because it's got a bunch of sevenths in it. And I thought it kind of was heavenly, so. And the other one is a cello guitar kind of jazz funky piece that we call Chelonious Funk. So you'll have to wait for the release of that to hear that. But tonight I'm going to do another song from off that record. And this is a whole brand new arrangement of it that has never been played before. That's going to feature Frank on the piano and Lisa on the vocal. It's one you might recognize. And it's one I thought about doing this song because it's part of, you know, when folks leave their home that they've loved and they try to come to a place, they have a dream of a better life. And so they're searching for that better life somewhere over the rainbow. I can take my glasses off for that because I don't need, oh yeah, I need to look at this new chart. Never mind.
have heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why, oh why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, so can you and
Hello everyone, my name is Diana Haidemak and I'm a legal counselor for Jesuit Refugee Service Romania. JRS is present in Romania for over 20 years, defending, supporting and promoting fundamental human rights, especially those of refugees. We have offices in 6 cities all over the country: Bucharest, Constanța, Galați, Rădăuți, Șomcuta Mare and Timișoara. Since the war in Ukraine started, we have been present and ready to help any person coming from Ukraine. The first week were about the primary needs of people: food, water, a roof over the head, personal hygiene products. We were then able to see how many things can be done through and with the help of the local community. As the need of immediate accommodation was getting bigger and bigger, we decided to rent a hotel where we could welcome the vulnerable people, especially mothers with children. After a couple of months, seeing that the humanitarian crisis continues and that more and more people are fleeing to Romania from the path of war, it was clear that people would need accommodation for a longer period of time. Thus, we started helping them by finding apartments where they can stay and slowly integrate in the society. In addition, we also began to support their livelihood through social vouchers covering their basic needs. Another need that we decided to cover is medical assistance, subsidizing medicine or medical services, and even direct medical consultations. Furthermore, JRS Romania has been involved also in the education of Ukrainian children, from establishing temporary learning centers with Ukrainian teachers to preparing different educational and recreational activities for children. Among these activities we can list workshops, daily trips to discover Romania and Romanian traditions, and also summer camps. We are impressed also by the fact that we had Ukrainian volunteers that had offered their service to JRS from the beginning of the war, and we managed to acquire projects that would involve them as permanent staff. Their presence has helped us to better understand the needs of the Ukrainian refugees and to improve our work.
Well, welcome back to our live performance here. My name is Michael Jonathan. It's very nice to have everybody here. Share the Journey is a very important project, and for those watching around the world right now online, that you can donate to a very good cause. Continuing the music, here's a couple of guys that are very, very popular in the Cincinnati area music scene, where we're home basing this concert performance. They they're recording artists, and they're community-minded musicians and singing in community choirs for over 42 years. They're going to do a song called No, Not Today. Please welcome Greg and Steve, the Pearson Young Project.
So do you remember the other day, you might have been at the water cooler, you might have been at the grocery, and you have this one person that kind of got under your skin, right? And this person was someone that just knew they knew more than you did. And you kind of think to yourself, well, this person is on my nerves. So I have something that you can use when these situations happen. You turn to the person and you say to him, no, not today. And that's the name of this song. I'm getting tired of pushed around. No way I'm ever backing down. You thought you had me counted out until I got up off the ground. You think you hold the winning hand. Here's what you don't understand. You say I can't, but yes I can. Losing is not in my plan. No, 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 not today. No, 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 ain't no way. I won't give up, I won't give in, no matter what you say. No, 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 not today. So bring it on and take your shot. It's time to see just what you got. I'm ready, yeah, it's going down. Here I come, ready or not. You think you hold the winning hand. Here's what you don't understand. I'm here to win, oh yes I am. Losing is not in my plan. No, 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 not today. No, 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 ain't no way. I won't give up, I won't give in, no matter what you say. No, 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 not today. Oh, 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 Now check this one out. A woman getting on the bus to have a seat ain't asking much. Color is all some people see. The woman finally had enough. And she said, no, 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 not today. No, 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 ain't no way. I won't give up, I won't give in, no matter what you say. No, 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 not today. No, 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 not today. No, 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 ain't no way. I won't give up, I won't give in, no matter what you say. No, 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 not today, not today.
Traumática es una palabra que se queda corta, porque la verdad no sé ni cómo explicarlo, pero es algo que hay que vivirlo para sentirlo y comprenderlo. Todo padre que se ponga a pensar un momento que lo separen de su familia, lo que se puede sentir.
Que necesita ayuda urgentemente, que no es de vamos a ver cuándo, sino es de ya, porque esto no puede esperar. Solo soy madre soltera, ando con mis 3 hijos y la verdad que ya me siento cansada de todo lo que he vivido, tanto aquí como en mi país ya no hallo.
Entonces uno decide más que todo es seguir ahí en ese lugar y morir o salir.
The reality here in Nogales is that people are stuck. There's no access to make it into the United States through legal channels. People aren't able to go back to their homes because of the violence that they've fled or because of the poverty that they've experienced. And so they're stranded here for days, for weeks, and for months, trying to patch together a life here in the city, but also with a hope that they might be able to offer something better to their kids. So when we talk about KBI as a space of community, we're really a community of families. We here in our shelter have many families, many small children, and many of the migrants who are coming to receive services are in families. It's mom and dad and their kids. And I think it's been so important for us in this last year to rise to the challenge of creating a safe space for those kids. Whether that's a place for them to play soccer here behind me, whether that's our child-friendly space that Save the Children runs with different programming on a daily basis. It means expanding our medical assistance so that we can really provide high-quality medical care to kids. And it also means fighting for kids' rights here in Nogales, Sonora. I remember a mom a couple of weeks ago that I spoke with who's been stranded in Nogales for 6 months. But as soon as she got here, she worked with our KBI staff to figure out how to enroll her kids in school. And her daughter only goes to school 2 days a week for 4 hours because of limited access to schooling and because of COVID. But she said, it's so important for me for my daughter to continue to study because I want her to be able to continue to dream. And I think that space of imagination, especially from a Jesuit perspective, as St. Ignatius emphasizes this idea of imagination as a tool of prayer. It's a tool of listening to God and allowing God to fill us with His Spirit and help us dream with Him. And so it's a beautiful space for us to be in as an organization because it allows us to both look into the future, but also remain strongly rooted in our identity. And that mission is to respond to the realities of migrants here in Nogales, Sonora.
Love is the greatest transaction of the arts. It's what makes everything work. It's more important than managers and record labels and agents and money. Love is what makes the arts work, and that's why so many artists volunteer their time to help great causes like Share the Journey and so many others. Love is what keeps the front porch spirit alive, something that we need very, very much right now. Love keeps hometowns and communities and families together. Once upon a time, there was a wife that had a husband that just was never home. He would not pay attention to his children, and she wrote him a poem to try to get him to understand how important love and family was, and he just didn't get it, and after a couple years, she had enough of that, and so she divorced that guy. A couple years later, she found herself another fella that she thought might have that loving home spirit that she wanted so much. And after a good start, he just started focusing on his career a lot. And she pulled out the poem that she wrote to her first husband, trying to get him to understand how important staying home and taking care of your family is. And he looked at it and he thought it was okay, and he put it aside. And a year and a half goes by, and he's still not home. The second husband is still out there working on his career and focusing on traveling around and trying to make things happen. And she got fed up again, just like she did with her first husband, and she pulled out that poem again one more time. She's going to try it one more time. She pulled out that poem and gave it to him, and this time it hit him like a ton of bricks. And he realized that love and kindness and time and community and family was just as important as his wife was telling him. And to show his wife that he was going to take it to heart, he put her poem to music. And to show his wife how important that little poem was, he put it on an album. And that little poem that his wife wrote became a big hit song, and he was never home again after that. A child arrived just the other day. He came in the world in the usual way, and there were planes to catch and bills to pay. He learned to walk while I was away, and he was talking for I knew it. And as he grew, he said, I want to be like you, Dad. You know I want to be like you. Yes, I do. Well, my boy turned 10 just the other day. He said, thanks for the ball, Dad, come on, let's play. Teach me to throw. I said, not today, I got a lot to do. He said, that's okay, and he turned and walked away, and his smile never dimmed. He said, I want to be like him. You know I want to be like him, yeah. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you're coming home, I don't know when. We'll get together then, son. You know we'll have a good time then. Well, he came from college the other day, so much like a man I just had to say, son, I'm proud of you, can you sit for a while? He shook his head and he said with a smile, what I really like, Dad, is to borrow your car keys. See you later, can I have them, please? And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you're coming home, I don't know when. We'll get together then, Dad. You know we'll have a good time then. Well, I've long since retired and my son's moved away. I called him up just the other day. Said I'd like to see you if you don't mind. He said I'd love to, Dad, but I don't have the time. You see, my new job's a hassle and the kids got the flu, but it was sure nice talking to you, Dad. It's always nice talking to you. And as I hung up the phone, it occurred to me, my boy was just like me. My boy was just like me. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you're coming home, I don't know when. We'll get together then, son. You know we'll have a good time. Speaking of children, when Wood Songs did our 1,000th broadcast, we had special guest Riders in the Sky on for the whole hour to celebrate 1,000 broadcasts. And we thought, well, what little kid, Wood Songs likes to have little kids on every single show. And as a matter of fact, we're spinning off a brand new TV series called Wood Songs Kids that's going to start in October. Only kids. Think of Mr. Rogers meets the Grand Ole Opry. Something like that. So it's going to be for public television and RFD TV. And so we had Riders in the Sky, and we thought, well, who can we get to, who can yodel? What little kid can yodel like Ranger Doug? And an hour away in London, Kentucky, we found a 10-year-old kid at the time. Well, she's not 10 years old anymore. And her parents came to me and said, she wants to record an album. Would you help her record the album? So I called up Riders in the Sky, and I said, would you guys consider recording an album with a 12-year-old little girl? And they said, yes. And so she has a nationally distributed, newly released album called Unexpected. She is a world-class yodeler. She's 12 years old. Next week she'll be 13. Please welcome Phoebe White.
This song's called Boohoo Blues. I'm feeling sad, I'm looking back. Someday I'll just up and die, but till I'm gone, you're gonna moan. You'll be sorry by and by. And oh, how much I suffered. Boo, how I cried over you. I can't see why you're so mean to little old me, and now I've got the boo blues. I always was a fool because I let you fool me all along. It wasn't fair, but I don't care. I'll always love you right or wrong. suffered. Boo, how I cried over you. I can't see why you're so mean to little old me. Now I've got the boo blues. Go on your way, there'll come a day you'll be sorry. Wait and see. Somebody new will make you blue. Wipe your eyes and think of me. And oh, how much I suffered. Boo, how I cried over you. I can't see why you're so mean to little old me. Now I've got the boo blues. I can't see why you're so mean to little old me. Now I've got the boo blues. Thank you. This song's called Whatever Happened to the Yodeling Cowgirls. You're loady, you're loady, you're loady, you're loady, lay on the loady, you're loady, you're loady. Whatever happened to the yodeling cowgirls that rode across the silver screen? The ones that rode with Roy and all of the boys that rode during Tex and Jean. Whatever happened to the yodeling cowgirls? 'Cause I'm too young to know if they can still be found. I bet they come down and put us on a yodeling show, and they go yodelody day on lady, yodelody day lay on the lody, lody, lody. Whatever happened to the yodeling cowgirls? The ones that used to dress so cute, fringe hanging down, rhinestones around, and multicolored cowboy boots. Whatever happened to the yodeling cowgirls? There must be at least some left. But until I find the one, I'm gonna have some fun and do the yodeling myself. You're loaded, hey, lady. You're loaded, hey, you're loaded, lay. I'm the loaded, oh, loaded, oh, loaded. Lady, oh, you're loaded, hey, lady. You're loaded. Oh, hey, hot lady, you're loaded, hey, hot lady, you're loaded, hey, loaded, hey, oh, hey, hot lady, oh, loaded, hot lady, you're loaded, little faster. Ready? Let's go a little faster. Thank you. This song's called Colorado Trail. Right through those lonely nights, right through the day, keep the herd moving on its way. Weep all ye little rings, while winds well, Colorado Trail. Right through those stormy nights, dark as the sky, I wish I'd stayed in Abilene, nice and warm and dry. We both eat little rains, wild winds wail, all along, along, along the Colorado Trail. Saddle up my dapple gray, sky so red with dawn. Keep a steady pace all day, singing my sweet song. Ride through those purple hills, just like Roy and Dale. All along, along, along the Colorado Trail. All along, along, along the Colorado Trail. Thank you. You guys can look me up on Facebook at singpeoplesing.com. I'm on Twitter, and I have a merch table and stuff, so you can come look back there at some cool stuff. This song is called Cowboy Hat. We live in a world where so many boys and girls lost sight of who they really are. In the eye of the horse, you're looking into a mirror image looking back at you. Eyes on the window to soul. In the eye of the horse, you will find your own. Just live a simple life, work hard, wear a cowboy hat. I come from a time where cowboy song and rhyme don't mean very much to some, but there ain't nothing phony about a good riding speckled pony, and that's what makes my world go round. I don't care about what song folks talk about, no, my world is smaller than all that. I live a simple life, work hard, wear a cowboy hat. It's easier said than done, but that's how the West was won, living on the folklore of the old. It's tried and true, work best for me and you. Some call it the cowboy code. I live a simple life, work hard, wear a cowboy hat. When life gets a little crazy and things get a little hazy, not sure exactly how you feel, just jump up on that silky hide, take yourself a little ride, put in perspective what is real. Be faithful to the brand, always ride with grip and sand, keeping your eye on the trail. I live a simple life, work hard and wear a cowboy hat. Just live a simple life, work hard and wear a cowboy hat. This song's called When Your Blue Just Yodel by Yodeling Slim Clark. Oh, I know a lot of people who worry night and day. I'll take phones, don't worry, cause really it don't pay. He'll take your wealth and ruin your health and make you look a fright. I know a cure for those blue to make you feel alright. All I gotta do is when you're feeling blue, all I gotta say is drive the blues away. haven't got a nickel, but I'm happy all the time. When I'm blue, just you're the boy, it keeps me feeling fine. Take my advice and see how nice it is to fret no more. When you're done, you'll find the sunshine in your door. All I gotta do when you're feeling blue, all I gotta say, drive the blues away. When the days are dark and dreary and everything seems wrong, cheer up your little boy, the day won't be so long. Be like Swiss and never miss, just yodel loud and high. When you're done you'll find a twinkle in your eye. All I gotta do when you're feeling blues, I do love you. All I gotta say, drive the blues away. I do love you. 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 I love you. I love you. I love you. This song is called Cowboy Sweeter. It's the first song I ever learned. I wanna be a cowboy sweetheart. I wanna learn to rope and ride. I wanna ride through the plains and the deserts out west of the Great Divide. I wanna hear the coyotes sing as the sun sets in the west. I wanna be a cowboy sweetheart. That's the life I love the best. Adeoletio, 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 adeoletio. I wanna ride or paint, going on a run. I wanna feel the wind in my face. 1,000 miles away from home, going in a cowhand space. I wanna pillow my head beneath the open sky as the sun sets in the west. I wanna strum my guitar on your day. That's the life I love the best. I wanna be a cowboy sweetheart. I wanna learn to rope and ride. I wanna ride through the plains and the desert out west of the Great Divide. I wanna hear the coyotes sing as the sun sets in the west. I wanna be a cowboy sweetheart. That's the life I love the best. I lay, oh lay, oh lay, oh lay, oh lay. I lay, oh lay, oh lay, oh lay. I lay, oh lay, oh lay. I lay, oh lay. Yeehaw!
Not bad for 12, right? This is an Uncle Dave Macon song from the Grand Ole Opry that she sings guitar out of on her album. Ready?
Yep. I'm always lighthearted not a care in this world have I, because I am loved by an Ollie, and I couldn't forget if I tried. He lives far away o'er the mountain, where the little birds sing on the trees, and the cabin's all covered in ivy, and my Ollie, he's waiting for me. For it's over the mountain, where the little birds sing on the trees, and the cabin's all covered in ivy, and my Ollie, he's waiting for me. Well, the day I bid goodbye to Ollie is a day I will never forget, for the tears bubble up from their slumber, and I fancy I see them yet, and they look like the pearls of the ocean as he wept his tears of love. And he said, my dear girl, don't forget me till we meet here again or above. For it's over the mountain, where the little birds sing on the trees, and the cabin's all covered in ivy, and my Ollie, he's waiting for me. For it's over the mountain, where the little birds sing on the trees, and the cabin's all covered in ivy, and my Ollie, he's waiting for me. You're the lady, 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 you're the lady.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Margaret Negron Jones. I'm the Executive Director of Casa de Paz. I'm very grateful to be here tonight. Bellarmine has graced us once more with their help. We are culturally specific Latinx programs for survivors of domestic violence. We facilitate the transition of women and their children from survivors to confident, self-reliant individuals and families. First, let's talk about a little bit, what is domestic violence? According to the Ohio Domestic Violence Network, it is about some or all of these interrelated actions by an aggressor to make some woman, or man actually, to feel completely without free will, without money, without friends, without family, without sanity, and without alternatives by being held captive. It is about power and control. It can be physical, it can be sexual, it can be emotional, or all of the above. Statistics say that 1 in 3 women in the US, that's 33% of us, are victims of sexual harassment, and Latinas fare far worse. Survivors of domestic violence often return to their aggressors because they have been convinced by that person that they cannot survive without them. The level of control and power over them has diminished their ability to think of the possibility of an independent future. Now, put on top of that, the challenge it is for those of them who are undocumented, the fear of deportation, the fear of just not knowing how to navigate the U.S. We at Casa de Paz, we take a holistic approach to healing, mental, physical, social, emotional, and spiritual. We use trauma-informed care, and we support the women with their personal transition to an independent and happy life. On those 4 fronts, we offer a comprehensive transition program for women and children to grow and develop through a plan that's tailored to the needs of each individual. We support each woman to achieve a more positive self-esteem, financial independence, and the confidence to face the world on her own. All residents participate in over 14 different program offerings. We begin with ESL, so that's English as a second language, group counseling, personal counseling. We have an outreach program that's been running for quite a few years now that includes previous survivors, current survivors, and allies. We connect them to medical aid. We have a wonderful doctor that's here tonight that is part of that. Thank you, Dr. O'Day. And food pantries, yoga, outings into the Cincinnati, different recreational places that we have. We have wonderful parks. We take them to all those places. Also, our children go to school immediately when they get to the house. They receive counseling. They receive medical help if they need it. Again, counseling if they need it, and enrichment activities. We have a wonderful 3rd floor play area that was created by a group of, actually one of our board members in Habitat for Humanity. It is wonderful, it is amazing. Everyone who goes up there just wants to stay. And if you would like to help us, you can go to our website. It's on our brochure out there. It's www.casadepazcincy.org. You can also volunteer. There's a tab on there. So thank you so much. Thank you for the music. I think I love yodeling now, don't you?
Interesting time in America's history. A global pandemic, millions of people affected by it, so many died. Millions and millions of people broke their community nature, having to wear masks. International stress, the economies around the world were shaken to their core. Even the President of the United States got this terrible virus. Of course, I'm talking about 1918, the Spanish influenza flu, when President Woodrow Wilson was in Paris and he got the virus, and he got so sick that people didn't realize his wife took over the presidency for a while. In the midst of all that darkness in a little room, a songwriter looked at all the harsh things happening around the world, and he wrote one of the most wonderful, positive, encouraging songs in the American music canon. Blue skies shining on me, nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebirds, they're singing a song, nothing but bluebirds all day long. Never saw the sun shine so bright, never saw things looking so right. Noticing the day hurrying by when you're in love, my how they fly like blue days, all of them gone. Nothing but blue skies from now on. Blue days, all of them gone. Nothing but blue skies from now on. So next up we have, one of the most powerful voices I've heard in recent days. And Frank is going to go and play the piano. And she's going to come up. She is not just an inspirational speaker, she's an inspirational performer. She's a composer from California, a educator, and someone who is a mentor to so many others, and a very, very powerful performer. Please welcome Valmar to the stage.
Even when things get really, really bad, and even sometimes when they're not so bad, just close your eyes and think about your best summer day. Ever had one of those, anybody know what I'm talking about? You had one of those perfect summer days. I see heads going like this, a hand waving at me. Yeah, close your eyes and just remember one of those perfect summer days. And it gives you hope that tomorrow, or maybe next year, because summer's over here in Cincinnati. Summertime, and the living is easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is high. Daddy's rich, and your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. Then you'll spread your wings and take the sky. Until that morning, there's nothing can harm you. With your daddy and mommy standing by. I know what I'm talking about when I say it's summertime. Jumping, and the cotton is high, touching the sky. Oh, your daddy's Rockefeller, and your mama's so doggone good-looking sugar, foxy and fine. So hush, shut your mouth, pretty baby, don't you cry. Believe me when I tell you, one of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing, then you'll spread out your pretty little wings and take the sky, fly on fire till that morning. There's nothing can harm you, not with your gorgeous mama, pretty papa standing by. Come on, Bobby, make it hot up in here. Come on. rise up singing, then you spread out your pretty little wings and take the sky, fly over your timid mind. There's nothing can harm you, not with your fancy mama, pretty papa standing by. One more summertime, and the living it's easy, oh it's easy, so doggone easy. Fish are jumping out the water, catch when on your altar, for cotton be so high. Oh, your daddy is rich, and your mama's a good looker. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. So hush, little baby, don't you Thank you so much. My husband Frank and I, we front a band called Grits and Bourbon. And I heard I'm in the right part of the country to say the word bourbon. And we write blues, original blues music, and we sing some standard blues as well. And one of the songs that we wrote recently, it's asking us the question to take a look at our history. Because when you forget your history, you have a tendency to do what? Repeat it. Y'all know the score? Yeah. We can seem to repeat. We go through cycles. And so the name of this song is Ain't We Learned a Thing?
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
And so in some of the supper clubs and the restaurants that we play in, Grits and Bourbon, our band, sometimes people are dancing, and they're dancing to the music, you know, and it's like funky, and they're getting down, and they're like, oh, I'm having fun, and the lyrics, you know, they don't care what the lyrics are, they just listen to the beat. And it's our way of reminding people that we all must work for peace, for unity, to care for those who are the least of those among us. Yes? Yes, thank you. And so this is one of these kind of funky blues songs that we wrote so people could be dancing to it, and we're actually dealing with their conscience. We're talking to them about where we are today. If you don't mind, I would like you to just put your hands out in front of you like this, like you're cupping something, and look into your own hands. Just don't look at me, look into your, I hope this is gorgeous to look at, but look into your own hands and just imagine that you're holding the big blue marble, that's the world. Would you agree that the fate of the entire world rests in each of our hands? Yes? Yes. Now look up at me and go like this. Yeah, it's our hands. It's not so much what we believe or what we think, it's what we do that makes a difference in this world. And so that's why I love this song, because people will be dancing to it and it's really challenging them to do something. And the name of the song is Nobody. Nobody. human family. We do it to survive. We need to let go of all our hatred. Only love can unite. There's one earth is our mother. We're all in this together. So, when I say freedom, you say freedom. Like this. Freedom! 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 Oh, that's what we're working for. Everybody to be free. And we are not free until everyone is free. Somebody give me an amen. We're only free when everybody's free.
My name is Dan Sorrell. I'm the Director of Mission Advancement for Catholic Charities, Southwestern Ohio. And just what a tremendous evening. We're so grateful to be included in this broadcast and in this concert. For over 40 years, Catholic Charities has had the privilege of being the Refugee Resettlement Agency for Southwestern Ohio. This past year, we've gotten back into business, as it were, after many years of very few new arrivals coming into our shores. This past year, we've welcomed nearly 150 new refugees, many of whom were evacuated only a year ago from Afghanistan. And so as we get back into the work that we've been called to do, we're reaching out to the community to be a part of the work and to share the work that we're a part of. We welcome people. Now, our core services are to welcome people for the first 3 months that they're in Cincinnati. We immediately welcome them into their new home. That takes furniture that's donated by the community. It takes household items that are donated by the community. And we immediately enroll them in English classes and help them get public benefits and the different things that they need just to get on their feet. Many people, as we get back in touch with our roots, and certainly the music tonight has certainly got us in touch with our roots as Americans, as immigrant and refugee people, as Americans. When we get in touch with that, it gives us the strength and motivation to welcome others who are the next in line as immigrants and refugees in our community. And so we call the community to be a part of the work that we do. And how can you get involved? I mentioned donated furniture. We need people to help us with moving that furniture, picking up the donations in different people's homes and bringing it to our warehouse and then moving it into the housing that people move into. Also, those donated household items, we call them welcome baskets. They're items for bedrooms and kitchens and bathrooms, all of those things that need to be donated, and so we welcome that. We encourage the community to pray, learn, volunteer, and donate. So praying, we certainly welcome the prayers and the spirit of welcome that people offer into our community. To learn, and obviously tonight we've really experienced through learning and through the awesome power of music, to get back in touch with a spirit of solidarity and communion that we feel with our brothers and sisters, wherever they're from, whatever their background, whatever their faith. That's who we welcome, both as the refugees and immigrants that we serve, but also in the volunteers and staff who are so dedicated to the work that we do. Volunteering, I'm joined tonight by the coordinator of our youth mentoring program in the refugee department. And we need people to be dedicated to walk alongside and to accompany teenagers and young adults who are so vital to the family system. Refugee families come, they're often intergenerational, large families. And so by really focusing on the resources of education and employment and skills that young people need, and they need that intensity to walk with them through mentorship that really helps the whole system of the family settle their roots into our community. You can also help by, as I mentioned, moving furniture, teaching ESOL classes, and various other ways. So if you have an interest, if you have time, if you have skills, we certainly welcome the opportunity to have that conversation for how you might be involved. And of course, it takes a whole community to welcome people into our community. And so certainly donating and being a part of that. For us, donating is participating. We feel very accountable to the generosity of our donors, and we're very committed to keeping them informed and involved in a way that helps them to see that they're not just helping us do the work, but this is work that we share. And so thank you very much for allowing us to be a part of this evening. Catholic Charities serves people across the spectrum. We have mental health care. We have Sukasa Hispanic Center that does education, case management and emergency assistance, and health promotions for migrants from all backgrounds. We also have food pantries and parenting classes and a whole range of things that we do. Refugee resettlement is certainly an anchor part of our program, and it's certainly being a part of that it takes a whole community to do that. And what a wonderful experience tonight that's really got us in touch with speaking to the heart and soul of the work that we do. So thank you for sharing the journey with immigrants and refugees tonight, and thank you to all the artists who have given just such a great voice to those that we serve. Thank you so much.
So we've reached the end of our evening. Thank you, everybody, for coming out, the live audience, those that are tuning in as well. We have two grand finale songs left. And before we do, let's give the sound crew a big round of thanks for their good work. Done a good job. Didn't hear a single squeal through the whole evening. That's a wonderful thing. And all the artists, too, that are participating or volunteers. So they're going to do two songs. The first one is called The Color of Me, led by Pearson Young. Let's give them a big hand.
So this is a song I actually, you see it there? Okay, I actually wrote this for my daughter, seems like many years ago. When she was at a time where there was so much, with her peers, there was so much focus on color. And I wanted to make the point to her that color is not what you see, pigmentation, that type of thing, but really, as Martin Luther King said, the content of your character. So that's what this song is about. It's called The Color of Me. Not a matter of black, not a matter of white, yellow, green, brown, doesn't matter. They're just colors in our sight. Yes, we are different, that much we can see, but there's more to the story for you and for me. Someday we'll discover it's not the color of our skin that makes us sisters and brothers. The life that I live, what I believe, all that I give, and all I achieve, all that I am, and all I will be. That I shine.
sisters and brothers, my spirit is ready, my heart, mind, and soul. God is the anchor that makes my life whole. Life that I live, what I believe, all that I give, and all I achieve, all that I am, and all I will be. Color of me, love in my heart, it's light that I shine, the hope within me, for the dreams that I find, all that I am, all I will be. That is color of me. That is the color of me. That is the color of me.
Again, a huge thank you to everyone who has come out tonight to support this. A big thank you also to our returning host, Michael Jonathan. This makes 3 years. And once again, a huge thank you to Valimar, who will be leading this final piece.
So we end our night together by saying welcome to all those who we're serving, for all those that we are doing this concert for. We say welcome, and we say it in the language of Twi, from the country of Ghana. Repeat after me. Akwaba. Akwaba. Akwaba means welcome in one of the beautiful languages in the country of Ghana. And one of the things that I noticed wherever I went in Ghana when I visited there a few years ago is that people seem to dance to music a lot. And even people who didn't dance, they at least moved. And we were doing that earlier. So those of you who are live streaming, you're there at home, I want you to get up off that sofa, get out of that chair, and stand up. Because you know, we've reopened. The pandemic is coming to a close, we pray. And quarantine is over. It's time to move about again. And remember that anything that does not move is dead. We are not dead, amen? Amen. So if you're here in the church, just stand to your feet, and you already have the move. It's just to sway to the right. So open your feet shoulder length apart. And even if you're not standing, I want you to sway in your chair. So sway to the right, sway to the left, sway to the right, sway to the left. Now double time. To the right and the left and the right and the left. And now we're going to do a minor miracle. We're going to clap our hands on the same beat, okay? We're going to sway and then clap like this. Sway, clap, sway, clap, sway, clap, sway. Oh, you got it. Now, this entire song is call and response. So you'll sing back everything you hear. And we're going to start with two of my favorite people, Max and Amani. Give it up for the young people over there. Woo! They're in the back. They're going to play drums. Wonderful. Now you're going to repeat what you hear. Akwaba, Akwaba, welcome. Akwaba, welcome. Akwaba, welcome. one mission, one body